Hello guys, welcome back to Kim's Universal Information. Today we're going to talk about mortgages, how rich people invest, and we're going to talk a little bit about China and about how investing into a house in China was not all that safe, even though when it seemed safe. So, the first thing I'm going to say is if rich people always have multiple mortgages because you pay less taxes. I shouldn't say you pay no taxes, but you pay less taxes when you have multiple mortgages. So rich people always have multiple mortgages to pay less taxes. And a lot of people think they buy the house straight out even though they don't. How rich people invest is they invest in a way called shorting. What they do is they will find a company that's about to go down. So what they will do, or about that's closing down or something like that, they'll call up a stockbroker. They'll be like, can I borrow this many stocks? And the stockbroker will say, okay, here you go. They will sell them immediately. Then what they will do is after the stock has gone down for so long, they will buy back the stock they owe, buy the stocks they owe and give it back, and it's called shorting. Because they made what's left over after buying back the stocks after it's gone down, but you're going to make sure it goes down, because there's no limit on how much money you can lose, because if the stock goes up, it can go up indefinitely, and you will owe a bunch of money. So it's a risky way to invest, but if you know how the stock market works, then shorting is a good way to invest. A lot of rich people use the way. So we're going to move on to the next topic, China. Every country in the world is economically attached to China, especially the U.S. In China, there's not many investing tools, so people thought it was a good idea in China to invest to buy a house. They thought it was a good idea, right? Because here in the U.S., Canada and the U.S., it's good to buy a house because it's a good way to do things with China. In China, they built too many houses on purpose to mess up the market. They messed up the market. 25% of houses in China are not occupied. 25%. And that's like the biggest in the world of unoccupied houses. They tear down houses all the time in China because people have not been living in them, and buildings crumble and fall apart because people have not been living in them. So people are buying their first houses, often they're buying the third. Right? And okay, we're going to talk about Jack Ma. Jack Ma criticized the regime. He disappeared. And when he came back, it costed him $37 billion for the speech he gave. So that just shows you how bad it is. Just like the 2008 financial crash, the same thing could happen in China. And because every place in the world is economically attached to China, it would affect everyone. But nobody knows really what would happen because but no one really knows it's going to happen in China. It's just speculation. And if it does happen, because China is economically attached to everywhere in the world, it will affect the whole world. Because China is a super giant. I don't know what you want to call them, but they're a monopoly. Everything in China, you see, everything we have in Canada, made in China, made in China, made in China. You know, China has a 100-year plan. I don't know if it's for world domination, but they do have a 100-year plan, and they're only on year 50. So I don't know. If you live in the U.S., I advise you to start learning some Chinese. That's just speculation, though. Dr. Boyce Walker said he learned some Chinese, his son, and that's about it. We're learning some Chinese just in case, because it's just speculation the Chinese might take over. But the Chinese, there was a rocket. Their engineers made a rocket, right? And it went around the Earth in a couple of minutes, and it's just. Do you see how dangerous that is? That's a superpower. You see, they could send that to anywhere in the U.S. in minutes and it would hit the city. And the U.S. has got nothing like that. I think China produces 8 million college graduates a year. 8 million. And 30% of those are engineers. And when those engineers come out, they're already ready. They know what to do. They go straight to work and they go straight to work. In U.S. and Canada, engineers, they come out of college or wherever they came from. Most likely it's college. And they come out and they got to do all this. They got to do a 2-year apprenticeship and then 2 years of this and that. So our engineers are not as prepared as to the Chinese because the Chinese are ahead. Well, I'm just still saying that's speculation. I'm not saying the Chinese are going to take over, but it's still concerning about how they're producing. They produce 8 million college graduates a year, and 30% of those are engineers, and they're able to create a rocket or a missile, actually, to missile that can go around the Earth in a couple of minutes and hit any city in the world. And they can change it too. If they want to hit Los Angeles, I want to hit the Washington D.C. You see? And they can all, that's crazy. If any of y'all don't think that's crazy, you're stupid. Because most rockets already have a predetermined flight path. So if you're going to hit, if a USA wants to hit Dubai, they can't say, oh no, I want to go hit Hawaii now. No, if the Chinese can, it depends on how far away they are. Or how close they are to the original target. But yes, that's crazy. I don't think it's a whole damn superpower. The U.S. doesn't invest into its young people, and Canada doesn't invest into its young people. Like China invests everything into their young people because the young people are going to be running the country when the old people die. And that's going to be the same thing with the U.S. Because in Canada, we don't invest into our young people. We don't. And even though there are people like, oh, Cameron, you're still young. Yes, I'm investing into my own future by learning this stuff. And it's just good information to have because everything I learn comes up I always find anything I learned has always helped me win arguments or come up in conversations because I know a lot of people know I know a lot of stuff, but a lot of people think I know it all. I think I know it all. I don't know it all. I don't know everything. I can't learn everything. It's not possible, but I haven't even scratched the surface. And every time I learn, my dad said to me, every time he learns, every single time he learns, he just learns how much he doesn't know and how much more he can know if he keeps learning. And that's the same thing for me because I think I know a lot, but every single time I'm learning, it's proven that the stuff I don't even know, there's so much more to learn. So I'm learning every single day, and it's not easy to learn because I know a lot of people will say, "Oh, you don't know anything," but I'm learning every single day, and I'm not just saying what I'm learning in school. I'm saying outside of school, because a lot of the information in school, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the information in school. It's saturated with what they want to show you and not what the whole story is, and that's a lot of things. They don't teach about my people in school. For years, they did the indigenous people wrong. And sometimes I know the history. Some of the history isn't even right. I know for the Mi'kmaq history, I can't remember, but some of the stuff wasn't right. It's just crazy. And a lot of people will say, I don't know. They know more than me, but they can't. But they can never outsmart me. Not outsmart me, but they don't know more information than me. No, I'm not. I'm not saying no more than adult. I may know more information than some adults, but the adults know better than me. That's where I cut the line. They know better than me because they've been around longer than me. I won't lie with you right there. But this is what's going on. What's going on in the world is crazy. Now, I have something I would like to say, but it's also speculation. And if I go off and just say this, it will make me seem crazy. Or not crazy, but a conspiracy theorist. And that's not what I'm trying to put this podcast on. I'm trying to put this as a business podcast. All right, this is Cameron's Universal Information, and I'm out.